Alright, welcome to the video on snapshots and phase 1 review. So what is phase 1 review? It's basically, this is it. This is what we have on the screen is what we just built. If you're watching this video, hopefully you're here also. So this is it. This is the base model. That's why I'm calling it phase 1. This is your playground to do whatever you want. As I mentioned before, I encourage you to add more stuff to it. You can move stuff around. You can do whatever you want. This is where you're going to learn. However, having said that, there's one important thing that I haven't talked about yet, and that is snapshots. And snapshots are incredibly important because that's going to allow you to experiment. And if you break it and you can't figure out how to fix it, you can just revert back to a previous snapshot when everything was working fine. So don't be one of those students who will ask me a question like, I had my lab up, it was working perfectly, and I broke it. How can I fix it? And the first thing I ask is, did you take a snapshot? And more often than not, they don't, because you forget about it or you get lazy. Remember, anytime you add a new service or a new application, take a snapshot because it's going to save you a lot of time and frustration. Okay, so now you've got your baseline lab set up. I mean, you can add stuff later and take stuff away, but you got the basic backbone running. Everything's working, network's working. You got Waza installed, you got Velociraptor installed. So what you want to do now is take snapshots of everything. That way, when you're messing around, you break something, you can revert back to a known good state where everything was working. So to do that, to do snapshots, is very similar to the way we did it in VirtualBox. Just highlight the virtual machine and you see the snapshot tab. So I'm going to select snapshots and then take a snapshot. And then you can give it a name. And I'm just going to name initial because that means it's the initial lab was set up, everything was working. You can save the RAM if you want. There's no need to, and it just increases the size of the snapshot if you do save the RAM. And then because that will take you back to the exact state. I just want the configuration to be complete. So we have that. So I'm going to click take snapshot. And we see the bottom, it is okay. Now I need to do that for every single virtual machine. That way I can revert back if I run into problems. So again, snapshots are your friend, especially when you start messing around with malware and trying new things that you may destroy your current setup. So now I'll do it for Kali. Again, I'm not saving the RAM. That's okay. With Kali purple, I'll go ahead and you notice I did take a snapshot. Before that, that was when I was messing around with trying to install Velociraptor on Kali purple, and it just didn't work out. So that's why we did the Ubuntu machine with Velociraptor. But I'll take the snapshot and I'll just call it initial. Then we're good. Now for our DC, once again, we want to take that snapshot. And it's okay. Task, okay. And lastly, Velociraptor. You can name it whatever you want, but I think naming it all the same thing for especially the initial setup will make it just easier to keep track of what we're doing. So that completes all the snapshots. So I could break any one of these machines and go back, and this would include all the routing and everything associated with that virtual machine.